Renee Moxley Good was with Keith Lee and asked him, "Where's your head at, Keith?" And Keith Lee took a deep breath, and then Swerve walked in from 2 feet away, because that's the whole thing. They've broken up now. This long-lasting team. They were together, 2 months? Jesus.
I think a few months. Well, maybe 3 or 4 months. They got matching gear in the last couple months, but they were together a little longer.
Yeah, they had time to get matching stuff made before they broke up. But anyway, he can't answer because Swerve walks in, even though he's obviously been standing there the whole time off camera. And Renee Moxley Good just and walks away. And Swerve takes off his glasses, and Keith Lee takes off his warm-up jacket, and Swerve reaches out and puts his hand over the camera lens. But there's still a microphone on, and he says, "Let's talk." And Keith says, "Okay." And they're out. That was it. Then we come to the next match for the A&P Championship. Jake Hager against Pockets. Seriously, they put this on television. And not only is it visually ridiculous, and Hager was even though he's a rotten wrestler with no personality, he was an MMA guy, and he could fucking break Pockets like a biscuit and eat him with or without honey all over the top of him. But in this case, Pockets won the match. And they had a big hoop-de-doo during the match over Hager's purple hat. "Jake Hager, in the words of the big cat, Ernie Ladd, you are stealing from AEW Wrestling. Every time you cash your check, you are stealing from AEW Wrestling. When you're so worthless to the company that even the mascot beats you on television in the once every 6 months when you actually get to wrestle, how the fuck does that make Hager feel? Talk about keeping your talent happy. Anyway, nevertheless.
He likes the check.
It's amazing he's getting one. Well, somehow, after all of this, the match was over. Then they had a blackout. And then spooky music came on. And then here, to a big pop from this crowd, on the stage was Stevie Nicks. I'm sorry, Julia Hart. But she looks just like Stevie Nicks in the day, and that is never a bad thing. But when the lights come on, the House of Black is in the ring behind the Puddin' Gang. I mean, there's Pockets, there's Muffin Top Taylor, there's Trent, whoever else is in that crowd. And they beat up, the House of Black did, all of the Puddin' Gang, while QT Marshall's Factory was in the ring too, and they stood there and applauded them for doing it. So then the House of Black beat up the Factory too. And then everybody went out to the floor where the security and job guys ran out, and they beat them up too. And then one of them threw some guy off the stage, but the camera missed it. So you saw the wind-up, and then people went, ooh, but you never saw. And then one of the House of Black characters dropped a guy on his head on the ramp in one of those old Steiner-like kind of sit-down pile driver things. And the people cheered and chanted, "Welcome back," at these satanic heels. So you had a match with a guy facing Jake Hager from the Jericho Appreciation Society. And the guy, Pockets, and his crew won the match and then stayed in the ring so that the House of Black could come and beat them up. And the Factory came down so they could get beat up too. And through all of this heat-getting stuff, the people chanted, "Welcome back to the heels that worship Satan." And then Malachi Black spoke, and it all went to blah. And then they went to the break. This is like the first season all over again. This is like they're trying to get the Dork Order over again.
Well, like you said, everyone gets a big pop on their first night back. They've been off TV for a while. Whatever hex Julia Hart has put on them, it caused them to rescind their request to be releasing their contract, apparently. And we'll see how long this lasts. They've been involved in so much bad shit, so much missed, So much crap promos, just a crap stable, and now they're going to feud with the best friends. So at least I know what segment I can fast forward.
Well, there you go. Then they had a VTR package from the pay-per-view of Jungle Boy and Dino Douche. And Jungle Boy did the sit-down comments. He's still bloody in the locker room after the match. And even this guy, after a goddamn cage match, and he's bled, and he's in the locker room, and the emotion should be running high, he still sounds like a boring fucking doofus. So I think we've established he may be a boring fucking doofus. So, then they had the tournament final for the title shot that whoever wins the tournament is going to face MJF on December 14th. Winter is coming. They should have made it the 21st. That's the official winter solstice. And the tournament final was the other page.
Well, it's winter is coming, not winter is here.
Well, can't it come in and then be there by the end of the show?
That would be a good follow-up. Winter is coming, and the next week you do winter has arrived.
Winter is here. Yeah.
That's right.
Well, it's a cold match anyway. The other page against Ricky Starks. And, you know, I mean, I don't know what the fuck they've done with Starks. The back and forth and hither and yon, and he was hurt and he was well and he was hurt again and he got beat, and Hobbs, his friend Hobbs turned on him, and they had 2 matches. I think, didn't he lose both of them? And then now Hobbs is mad at Samoa Joe and Wardlow for some reason. I don't fucking know. He
lost the first one. Didn't he win like the street fight? That was the second one?
They were both, for whatever reason that we could not determine, anticlimactic matches.
Yes, that is true.
Well, Starks won this one, so now he gets the title shot. And they did some ridiculous bad comedy with Jane Cargill and the baddies and Mark Sterling. One of the baddies was fired by the lawyer.
Kiera Hogan.
Yeah, she's no longer required because she didn't live up to her baddie agreement.
Quite frankly, she was the best one for the whole Jade show that comes out there. She was the little one that could get the heat and take the bump. So big mistake.
Well, I'm not sure that's going to be the only mistake they make so far tonight.